All right, right here we have 1,200 calories of Lean Cuisines. Bam, 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 bam. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cook 1,200 calories of home cooked meals, and then I'm gonna compare it to 1,200 calories worth of Lean Cuisines at the end of this video, so you guys can stick around. Stick around for the recipes. Make sure you guys like the video, hit the subscribe button. Let me know if you guys like stuff like this. You want me to do more comparison videos like this? Let's get into the video. Let's go. So, first things first, we got some cage-free liquid egg whites. Doesn't matter if they're cage-free, by the way. You just use whatever liquid egg whites. These ones are an egg product, so it just means that they're gonna be yellow even though there's no egg yolks in them. And we're gonna do. Actually, we're gonna do. Let's see. We're gonna do 2/4 cups. Actually, let's do 3/4 cups. 1, 2, 3. Then we're gonna get our potatoes going. These are just some hash browns. These have 0 grams of fat, so they're super low in calories. And what I like to do with these is grab a bowl, put it on the food scale, tear it out. Then you want to do 200 grams. Okay. Keep that cooking. You want to add a little bit of salt. By the way, if you guys don't have a little salt container, I highly recommend you pick it up. And we use this all the time, like literally every single day. I'm just constantly going in here and pinching salt out of it. Definitely grab one of those. Okay, what you want is you kind of want to swirl it around like this. And then you want to grab like a rubber spatula. And you just tilt it forward like this, and you can kind of peel it up so that you have almost like a little omelet. And then you're gonna hold it to one side and let that egg white kind of cook, come down to the bottom like this. And you're just kind of gonna keep folding it in like this. It's almost done. So once it looks like that, it's pretty much done. You can turn off the heat. And then we're just kind of heating up the potatoes right now. Getting them to soften up. These ones, the potatoes I will do on like a slightly higher heat. I'm gonna move them to this burner here. And I haven't used any oil, guys. I just used it. Well, I guess technically I did use oil, but just a tiny bit of spray oil. Really not much at all. And then, yeah, this is gonna be meal number 1. And then for the carb source, I got some frozen blackberries. And what I'm gonna do, put these in a bowl. We're gonna do like 100 grams. Which is really only that much. Pop it in the microwave for like 20 seconds. It's not gonna get super hot, it's just gonna wash all that. It's just gonna defrost them a little bit. These potatoes are they're not gonna get crispy without oil, so it's not that big of a deal if they don't get super crispy. If I had more time on my hands, I could definitely get them to the point where they're crispy, but they don't really need to be right now. Okay, we got our egg whites. Boom. Try one of the potatoes. Perfect. So we got our potatoes. We got our egg whites. We got our berries. Good to go. That's meal number 1 in like 3 minutes. See you for meal number 2. So for lunch, we're going to make a grilled chicken sandwich. I've got some keto bread. Now, I know a lot of you guys are thinking, oh, keto bread's probably disgusting. Honestly, there is no way you could tell that this is keto bread. That's how good keto bread has gotten over the last few years. This is 40 calories a slice. That is half the calories of a normal slice of bread, and it has 9 grams of fiber per slice. Ripley wants some. 9 grams per slice. Come on. Come on, y'all. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to toast up the bread a little bit, because it does taste better once you heat it up. But this is going to be a cold sandwich. So what we're going to do is a tomato. We got a big, juicy, ripe tomato. Boom. Where's my good knife? Somewhere around here. Oh, here it is. Okay. So we want slices of tomato. Something that I like to do is just kind of get in there like this to cut the core out. You don't have to do that. I just like to do it. And then get some big, thick slices of tomato. Probably do like 3. Be cool. Perfect. And then something that I was always taught when I worked in kitchens is to salt your tomatoes. So we're going to salt those. Let them sit for a second while this bread toasts. One side is already toasted. And then to keep things super easy so I don't have to cook any protein, these are some grilled chicken strips. So we're going to do 3 ounces of grilled chicken strips in each, actually like 1.5 ounces in each sandwich. So they're not going to have a ton of chicken in each sandwich, but that's okay, because this full day of eating is going to have like over 130 grams of protein. So we got our bread toasted. Perfect. You could use mayo here, but again, we're trying to keep this 1,200 calories. So we don't have all of the luxuries that we would normally have. So that's why we're using tomato. And we're going to use some mustard. Mustard is like 0 calories. I mean, 10 calories per teaspoon. So, I mean, really, if you're tracking your calories from mustard, you got bigger problems, to be honest. Cool. We got these. Yeah, I don't really like a lot of mustard, just like a little bit. You just want like a little bit of flavor, you know? Doesn't need to be covered in mustard, especially Dijon. Dijon's pretty strong. Perfect. Then we got some lettuce. Some beautiful green leaf lettuce here. Definitely not organic. If you guys want to use all organic produce, go for it. I'm not spending $5.99 on a head of lettuce, okay? You want to do that? Go for it. But, you know, I don't work in Silicon Valley. I'm not paying those kinds of prices. Okay, so we got our lettuce. I like a big piece of lettuce. It's gonna bulk up the sandwiches a little more, you know. We got our tomato. And then this one we could cut it in half. Pour ourselves a little more tomato. Now I know the tomato police are gonna be like, oh my god, that's so much tomato. Like I said, it's what's gonna keep the sandwich juicy and not dry. Okay, then we're gonna add our chicken. And like I said, we're not gonna add a ton of chicken per sandwich because we only want 3 ounces of chicken for lunch. That's all we're gonna use. But we are gonna use pepper jack. Okay, this is some thin sliced pepper jack. So they didn't have reduced fat cheese at the store. Well, they did, but they had like fat-free Kraft singles, which I don't know. I almost talked myself into it, but Marissa talked me out of it. So we decided not to do that. Instead, look at how thin. There's no way I'm even gonna taste that. Look at that. That is wow. Sargento, you guys are. Look at this. You can see through this. That's crazy. That is wild. Should I put onions on this sandwich? Yeah. Yes. Okay. Red onions. Ooh. I got some cut up. See, this is why if you guys just like prep some veggies ahead of time, it saves you guys so much time. So we're gonna do some thin slices of red onion. And again, like this is just easy. Like, is this some fancy recipe where I'm like using 100 different ingredients? No, this is a recipe that you can make while you are like in the middle of a busy work day. If you really think about how long a recipe like this is gonna take, it's not even really a recipe, right? It's like you're just making a sandwich. But sometimes people just need to be told what they can eat when they're losing weight. And it's like, that's why I'm making this video, is because there are people who need to eat very little amount of calories. And I'm showing you guys how to make high volume meals when your metabolism is like a 5-year-old child. Because unfortunately, that is the case for many people out there. These are Grillo's pickles. These are amazing. And these are like 0 calories. Okay. So, boom. We got our grilled chicken sandwiches with some pickles. Looking good. That's meal number 2. I'll see you guys for meal number 3. Ready? Yeah. Okay, so for meal number 3, we're going to do a big stir fry. This is cauliflower medley. Okay. It's cauliflower rice with some peas. This whole bag is like 75 calories for this whole bag. So we're definitely going to use this. I'm going to use the rest of the chicken, which is another 3 ounces of grilled chicken. Okay. I'm going to use a 1/4 cup of egg whites. This is going to replace like when you do fried rice and you have egg whites, or when you have whole eggs in your fried rice, we're going to use this to give it kind of like that same flavor. So first thing we're going to do is a 1/4 cup of liquid egg whites. I'm actually going to use this pan. This one's better for non-stick for egg whites and stuff like that. So 1/4 cup of egg whites going in. In the back pan, I'm going to start getting some other veggies going. If you guys don't have a lot of calories, like if you don't have a lot of calories to play with, you actually want to use a lot of different vegetables. Oops. Perfect. I needed this many bell peppers anyways. Okay. What else? Carrots, spinach. We got cabbage, leeks, eggplants. Dang, we got a lot of veggies. Perfect. These are on the floor. So we'll rinse them off. There you go. You happy? So I have this veggie chopper thing. This thing saves my life. It really does make chopping veggies and stuff like that way easier. Okay. So egg white's already cooked. See that? It's a little sticking, but we'll get that. We'll get all those bits up here in a sec. I'll put that to the side. Now we chop the veggies. Come on. Don't do this to me. Okay, so when you're doing bell peppers, you just want to cut the tops off. And put them through like this. I want to come over here just because I'm a lefty when I'm cooking, so you can't really see what I'm doing. Maybe come from over here. And so now we got the bell peppers in there. And then I have some cabbage. And what's nice is you don't really have to like cut the whole thing. You just cut off like a little piece. And then cut it a little smaller so it'll fit in here. Bam, now you got cabbage in there. Okay, we want a little bit of eggplant. I know eggplant's a little stretch, but I like eggplant. If you don't like eggplant, you don't have to use it. Also, weird name, right? Eggplant? Like, why is it called that? Bits of eggplant in there. And then we'll do a little bit of carrot. Now, normally, I'd say you should probably track something like carrots because they are actually like a starchy vegetable. But we're probably only using like 10 calories worth of carrots. I'll throw this out. And then what else? Leeks. These are actually just some leek leaves that I used from a recipe the other day. So I try to not like waste anything when I'm cooking. I try to just like use all of it. Okay, boom. So you can see, get all these leeks stuff. Perfect. Look at all these veggies we just chopped in like 5 seconds. Perfect. Okay, like I said, I don't have any non-stick, so we'll see if I can get anything out of this. Nope. So we'll just do it dry. We'll kind of steam fry it. So steam frying is when you use just like a little bit of water. You just add it in as you go. So we use just a little bit of water. A little bit of salt. A little bit of garlic powder. Okay, then we'll get, what did I do with the cauliflower right here? Cauliflower. We'll do this whole bag. So, we got the whole bag of cauliflower. Ideally, you'd use a bigger pan so you don't make a mess. But I did not think about that. Okay. Then we're gonna put our eggs. Add that back in there. I'm gonna add our grilled chicken strips. Easy. And since there's all this water from the frozen cauliflower mix, you want that water to just kind of cook out. So this is gonna be an extremely healthy dish because you pretty much just have vegetables, chicken, egg whites. So this is gonna be packed with nutrients, fiber, lots of good stuff in here. Do we have any soy sauce anywhere?
Fridge.
Soy sauce. Ooh. Japanese barbecue sauce. Use some of that. Okay. We'll just use some tamari. Low sodium tamari. Boom. This will just kind of give it that smoky Asian flavor. And we just kind of want that to cook out. We want all this water and moisture to cook out. So let that do its thing. If you have a lid, you could pop a lid on there. I don't think I have a lid. Why is this down here? What the hell? Let's let my girlfriend organize the kitchen. I'm the cook. There we go. Okay, we'll let that kind of cook down. See you guys in about 3 minutes. Alright, so you want to taste it for seasonings at this point and see if it needs anything else. Tastes pretty good. I'm not a huge fan of cauliflower rice, but if I'm eating 1,200 calories a day, it's a great tool. You could also, if you have a little bit more calories, you could go half cauliflower rice, half regular rice. Just kind of bulk it up a little bit. This is probably going to fill up this whole bowl. And that's pretty crazy considering how little calories this actually is. This is a pretty big bowl of food. Yeah, that's a huge bowl. Just for reference, here's my head. Here's this bowl of food. I love green onions, so we're definitely gonna have to do some green onions. Ooh, I also have pickled onions too, which I could put pickled onions on anything, to be honest. Throw away these little nasty pieces. Okay, so just a little bit of green onions. Ooh, that looks good. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of green onions on these potatoes too. Give that a little extra color. Perfect. That's dinner. That's meal number 3. And then, if you're not full, after all that, we still have room for something else. Like we have, I'm gonna do more berries because berries, when I'm in a calorie deficit, berries just seem to be like my favorite thing to snack on because I have a pretty big appetite. So we actually have room for another 160 grams of berries. So this could be like a little dessert after that. So we got our breakfast, potatoes, egg beaters, and blackberries. We got our lunch, 2 grilled chicken sandwiches with pickles. We got our dinner, chicken fried rice, and then we got some blackberries. So yeah, that's all the food that we cooked so far. Cool. Stop it there. All right, so quick comparison. These are the Lean Cuisines that we bought. So we got one meal. We got 2 meals. 3 meals. And then we got 4 meals. Okay. So this is going to be 1,200 calories. Maybe back up while you're shooting this part so you can you see me in the frame?
No, I can't.
Okay. So we got all of this for 1,200 calories. These are Lean Cuisines. 70 grams of protein. Okay. And then we've got all of this food right here for 1,200 calories. And this is going to have like over 130 grams of protein. This has something like 50 or 60 grams of fiber as well. You're also getting a ton of vegetables, a ton of micronutrients. You got sandwiches, you got berries, you got pickles, you got tons of vegetables in there. You got potatoes. This is going to be a lot less food in volume. If I weighed this out, and then I weighed all the food in this out, this is probably going to be half the volume. It's going to be like half the weight. These are fine. There's nothing wrong with these. I'm not saying you can't eat these. I want to make that super clear. I'm not saying you can't eat Lean Cuisines. They might be a great option. For 300 calories and you're in a pinch, to pull one of these out of the freezer is a great option. But the problem is these are not going to keep you as full, and they're not going to be as satisfying. The thing about when you're on a diet, I hate saying diet or I'm on a diet or whatever, but when you're dieting and you're trying to eat less calories, you really want to enjoy your meals. I'm not going to enjoy this. I'm not going to enjoy this. I'm just going to get it in, and I'm probably going to be hungry an hour later. Whereas if I ate this, this will probably keep me full for 3-4 hours. This will probably keep me full for 3-4 hours. This will definitely keep me full for 3-4 hours. And then you've got berries, you got micronutrients, you got fiber in there as well. So I'm just showing you guys, like, you know, this, the cost of this is probably significantly less than the cost of this as well. So even though you're taking a little more effort, you got to do some dishes, you got to cook, you got to clean, you got to know what you're doing in the kitchen a little bit. This is going to be the better option if you guys can make some time, carve some time out of your schedule to cook and do all that. So just kind of want to show you guys what 1,200 calories of Lean Cuisines versus 1,200 calories of home cooked meals looks like. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe, and let me know if you guys want me to do another comparison like this.